So cabinets. All right. The woods that I like to use, if you're doing stain, are maple and alder and beech. Hardwoods are the best types of woods to use, okay? So we're getting away from oak, unless you're doing the sewn oak, S-E-W-N, which has like a line, hone-sewn oak that goes up and down and is vertical. But oak really is a little passé today. People are staying away, they're getting rid of their oak. Maple is nice because maple doesn't have a lot of grain to it, and it stains well. Alder stains well. And maple, alder, beech, you can paint, you can stain, you can glaze. Does everyone know the difference between a painting and a glazing? So a painting is your painting. A glazing is your painting, but then you're putting different glazes on top of it, and then you might be doing like a little brown in the corners or a little black in the corners to give it more of a definition and bring it out. Custom cabinets are the only way to go, and I don't even reface because I think it's just as expensive to reface as it is to do new, because what you're doing with reface is you're actually just putting like a wood laminate on the skinning it with a wood laminate and putting in wood doors. The other hardwoods that are beautiful, more expensive, are mahogany and cherry. Cherry is beautiful. It tends, just so you know, get redder as time goes by and the sun comes into your house. Mahogany is beautiful. One tends to be red, one tends to be browner. Those are both more expensive ways to go than if you do maple or if you do beech. Any questions about cabinets? And then, of course, crown molding is great. We're doing bigger base moldings, and we're doing bigger crown moldings, and we're doing all kinds of different stains on cabinets. So darker stains and white cabinets and glazing. And then cabinets should have soft closed drawers. So what that means is that, you let it go and it just gently closes. At the end of our project on our doors, we put on bumpers so that there's no noise or anything like that. Cabinets should have nice pulls, beautiful hinges, and be able to extend all the way, not part of the way. With cabinets, you have your choice of either a melamine interior, which is washable, or some people love a wood interior. And that's really your choice. So I would say wood cabinets, definitely stain grade wood cabinets, either medium or dark, will be timeless no matter where you go. I would say granite, or we're using what we call Cambria. Cambria is a man-made stone. And it's a quartz. So let me show you the difference. This is a granite. This is God-made. This is man-made. This is taken from the side of a mountain in Brazil, Italy, Spain, Australia, whatever. This is made in the United States. This is pretty impervious to any kind of hot surfaces, to scratches, anything like that. This needs to be sealed every 5 or 6 years, but pretty durable as well. This, if you put a glass on it, you want to make sure, you don't want to put a hot surface on granite. So if you're looking to go for the future of something that's going to be really timeless, I would say you want to go with a hard surface, and you want to go with something that is, let me see where my other.
What's the cost difference between the granite and what's in your hand?
Same. About almost identical.
So is that quartz that's in your hand?
This is a quartz but this is man-made. This is man-made. Now, there's also another situation which you can go in. So these are man-made. And you don't want to do tile. You definitely don't want to do tile. You want to do a surface that's as grout-free as possible. It's Cambria, it's by Cambria, and it's a man-made quartz, okay? This is also a man-made, and this is by Chroma, which is another manufacturer. So if you don't want to get, so crazy, you probably want to stay with something pretty generic and pretty, quiet so that you'll be able to. So this is what we call a quartzite. It's real, but it kind of looks a little different than the original granite. It's a beautiful way to go. It's pretty, timeless, and it can go with a lot of different colors. So for you don't want to do a blue countertop. You don't want to do a red countertop. You want to stay with the neutrals. You want to stay with timeless kind of.
Does it have to be sealed?
This is sealed. So whatever granite person you use, they will seal it before they bring the slab on. And as a contractor, I can't pick up the materials. They have a special contractor's license for granite. So they pick it up, they transport it, and they fabricate it. So porcelain slabs are out now. So these are porcelain slabs. So it's the same thing as, okay, so here's a porcelain tile, right? And I showed you the striped porcelain tile. This is a porcelain slab. It's pretty impervious to anything. It is very, very durable. It's porcelain. And it's not terribly expensive. The only difference between this and this is that this can't have a bullnose edge. This would have to have a 45 edge. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here is the countertop, right? And when you're ending the countertop, this would have to have an edge like this, a 45 edge. Whereas marble, granite, whatever, you could have like a bullnose edge. A difference, this is about maybe $400 less for the porcelain slab. But they're just coming out, so this is the only look, the only color scheme they have, but it's great. It's good looking. Love, love, love marble. Have some beautiful marble. Marble is gorgeous. Just did this in a bathroom. The problem is it's not as durable. So you would have to be really cognizant of the fact that whoever does it would make you a cutting board so you could cut on this. Would also, if you had red wine, you'd have to make sure that you cleaned it up right away. But love, love, love marble. Even love, this glass surface, which is really pretty. And also I have done concrete countertops, which are, really, really durable, but not great for resale because not everybody loves a concrete countertop. But some of these countertops are gorgeous. Granite comes in so many different styles and different patterns. This also is another quartzite. So it's more durable than marble and on the same durability scale as granite, but it looks a little bit more like marble. So you could even have a part of the granite or the quartzite cut out and put like a piece of aluminum, or not aluminum, but metal or something like that, if that's where you wanted to put your pots, if you had to. I use concrete with aggregated vodka bottles. I've used that. If you go to my website, you'll see that. It's very green. You could use that in the kitchen. Again, edgier, not timeless. I would rather see you use granite than that because, how about if somebody comes in and doesn't even like that look? It tends to be more contemporary than it does transitional. Right. I like it varying heights. Okay. Otherwise, I go all the way to the ceiling. Okay. Love that. And if you have the space, you can bump out your sink and do things like that, which is great. You can bump out, different areas, or you can do varying heights. So maybe 2 of your glass cabinets go to the ceiling and maybe some of the others come down.
Okay.
Absolutely. You want to make sure you have spaces for spice racks, like I talked about. You want to have spaces for trays. You want to have spaces for pots and pans and your silverware and so on and so forth. And you don't want to buy, like I said, non-custom cabinets. And let me tell you why. When you go to a custom cabinet shop and things are built to spec, then you make sure everything is the way it is. So here you order cabinets that are flown in from or driven from Canada. They're dropped off at your front door, and they're just regular sizes, but your microwave is a little larger, and so they end up cutting off the back of the cabinets, and they put in what they call fillers. So fillers mean that in between the space, rather than having, pull out where there's spice racks and things like that, and Home Depot does a lot of that kind of stuff with fillers. You want to avoid fillers or anything like that because it doesn't make for a pretty look. The other thing that I've been doing a lot of on cabinets is the bottom kick plate I do in stainless steel, which is really cool because if you do a wood or a white, you know what happens to that. You're constantly kicking on it, kicking on it, kicking on it. So I can do it in a satin nickel or a stainless steel. It sort of adds that little extra oomph. Not terribly expensive, but very, very interesting. And here is, just shelves that you can use in the kitchen as well. People are using shelves. Floating shelves are nice. So whether they're floating, just shelves for additional storage.